Call the meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome our visitors this evening and those that are watching on cable. The first item on our agenda are the minutes of October 4th regular session. Mr. Prisco.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the October 13th, 2010 regular meeting minutes as written.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Prisco, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Any discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous? We also have the regular session minutes of October 13th. Mr. Prisco.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the October 13th, 2010 executive session minutes as written.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Prisco, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous? We have the executive session of October 13th. Mr. Prisco.
I don't think we do.
No.
actually. I don't think we do.
No.
It says not available.
Okay. October 18th. That's right, we have the regular and executive of October.
I have, yeah, October 4th I have,
What did you say, October 13th?
but I don't have October 18th. We just did the October 13th
Executive.
executive.
Right.
That's what I just read,
So we have October 18th.
which we don't have. It's not available.
Not available at all.
No, so we have October 4th,
October 4th.
regular session.
I'm sorry, you read the motions in reverse order.
I'm sorry, I was
That's
grabbing
okay.
them as they were in my packet, so
Okay.
I apologize.
You got the chairman confused tonight.
See, payback, I told you I was gonna get you back.
Okay.
It wasn't gonna take me long.
Okay, we have
3 minutes in.
The
it's
minutes are
total
October 4th.
confusion. It's gonna
Mr.
be a long night.
Prisco.
It's gonna be an
Oh, yeah,
interesting
This
night.
is great. Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the October 4th, 2010 regular meeting minutes as written.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Prisco, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Any discussion?
We're afraid to, no.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. We have yellow correspondence sheets. You want to pass them down if you want anything?
I just suggest we change the name of our secretary from Leanne to Lorraine.
All right.
That's all, the yellow form.
That's a good idea. So let's see, there's Comcast programming changes and a couple of Board of Appeal notices. Jay Warren on 27 Southwick Road and Milton Catton, 8th Concord Street. And there's findings, R. Corn and J. Saki, Winkle Bunker on Pleasant Street. Anyone here for public comment? No. Okay, we have the legal bills of September. Mr. Beliconis.
Hello. The legal bills, the blue for the blue sheet that's in your packet, the total amount is $8,172. The majority of the costs are attributable to the October town meeting, $3,000, town council's attendance and preparations there too. You'll also notice that under general legal services, there's some work that was done on some of the bylaw changes that were proposed by the CPC. The other major portion of the bill relates to labor cost, $1,728. There's nothing else that's I consider to be major or out of order within the bill, and I would ask you to so approve.
Comments, discussion? Mr. Prisco?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve legal bills for September 2010 in the amount of $8,171.73 as follows. Copeland and Page, PC General, $5,713.73. Copeland and Page, PC Labor, $1,728. no cents. West, $730, no cents. A total of $8,171.73.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Prisco, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous? Okay, Mr. Balakonis has provided in tonight's folder drafts of proposed charges for new wastewater, water and wastewater planning advisory committee. Mr. Balakonis.
Please refer to the colored copies in your packet numbered 5. Start off with the Stormwater Advisory Committee. The mission is really summarized under the function in the second paragraph. The Stormwater Advisory Committee will be working committee to assist the Department of Public Works and town consultants to implement a comprehensive and cost-effective stormwater management system for the town in accordance with federal, state, and local regulations and guidance. The Stormwater Advisory Committee will generally interface with the DPW, who shall act as project manager for this project. The Stormwater Advisory Committee is a legal requirement under the federal stormwater regulations that came out about 10 years ago. Majority of the work has been done initially. It required a lot of public input, public meetings and such. The town has met those requirements. Going forward, it's more of a working committee. One of the major tasks that needs to be accomplished is to investigate and document all of the stormwater outfalls. So that's not necessarily something that will require significant public input. So that the committee's role will really be behind the scenes and will meet the legal requirements under the federal law. Committee will serve until the mission is complete. The mission will be complete when the federal government either changes the law or says we don't need such a committee anymore.
Discussion? Mr. Yule?
Yes, they will be reporting to the DPW, am I understanding that?
Yes,
But we will be making the membership selection from
yes,
from the board.
yes.
So that after that, then if they need new membership, the DPW is gonna let us know, and
Yes.
so they'll have really no interaction with the board at this point.
The interaction is that I'm required to sign off annually on the town's efforts to meet the federal requirements. So as town administrator, I have to sign off on those documents. Really, the committee's role is more behind the scenes at this point. You know, they're really not involved in public projects at this stage. Conceivably, at some point in the future, if there's some significant cost associated with stormwater, then obviously that needs to come before the board to be vetted out. The committee wouldn't be acting independent of the board at that point.
But that information would still come through the DPW.
Right, right.
So the DPW is the one that's going to present any issues to the board.
Right, and the major issue would be any request for capital funding. If the law should require us to do something different, then we'll have to come forward with a capital request.
Thank you.
Mr. Delaney?
And presently, there's no other similar-like committee in town?
We dissolved it
Dissolved.
last meeting. It was,
It was
when
part of
when the
wastewater?
when the
Yes.
requirement came up,
Okay,
it was tacked on as an added charge to the wastewater committee.
okay.
The wastewater committee, as we'll discuss in a few minutes, is a project committee. And this is more like the water commissioners,
Okay.
you know, meeting a statute, assuring, I think a lot of it is just collecting information and filing reports annually, which, you know, the labor will be done mostly by the DPW.
I know recently we did some activity concerning some stormwater projects in which we received grants for, and I thought Janet Nicosia was involved
She
to a
is,
great extent.
yes,
Was she part of?
She was a
wastewater
member of the
committee?
wastewater committee.
She was.
yes.
But
I just don't
but
recall
also through the Martins Pond Reclamation
Right.
Committee, where they got the grants in collaboration with Merrimack College, worked did a significant amount of work in relation to waste,
Stormwater?
stormwater management. So that's where the grant monies came through and through that collaboration.
And that's why I asked.
Yeah, we would envision, the committee still does require us to have citizen or resident members, so although we're not gonna say that we have a bunch of citizens on it, we do recognize the fact that the public does need to be part of this committee.
Do we
In
have an
fact, I
idea
would
of how-
hope that some of the members that, were interested and had put in time and effort in that area would step up and
I would,
has to be
I would hope,
appointed.
I would expect so and hope
Yeah.
that they would, because I
Me too.
know the interest hasn't waned at all from a significant number of those people that have been involved, so.
Do we have an idea of a target number we're looking for on this committee?
Not at this point, no. No, we don't. And we'd have to solicit and advertise for people to step forward.
Jeff?
Yes, is there a mandate on the number to be on the,
No.
committee? No?
No.
Sounds good to me.
Any other
No,
questions?
thank you.
No, I think it's a very good mission.
So we adopting this for first reading?
There's no motion before the board. What we'll do is we'll put it in the packet for the next meeting and ask the board to vote it at the next session.
Okay. Fair enough.
Do we, what do we do with it? Just discuss it, okay?
I think the folks, though, that are listening at home that are here tonight, if you are interested in what you've read, and what you've heard now about this committee, make sure you go online to our website and pull up our citizens' activity request and, submit it to Greg, and please participate, because I'd like to see some new people join in on this particular committee. It just seems like we always have the same people doing the same amount of work, and it would be nice if we could get a new group of people in town to get active, and because we're gonna move forward in a lot of different areas related to water, wastewater, and stormwater, and so it'd be great to see a new group of people involved. Thank you.
Next.
Next is the Water and Wastewater Planning Advisory Committee. The mission is a bit more lengthy because although this committee is appointed by the board, they also have a responsibility to report back to you and to report to town meeting with their recommendations. The DPW would serve as the project manager, and the function of the committee is summarized here, but it's the focus of the Water and Wastewater Planning Committee will be to assist the Department of Public Works, town consultants in the implementation of a sewer system with a limited service area as outlined in the comprehensive wastewater management plan and associated wastewater treatment as outlined in the CWMP and/or other alternatives. The committee will also assist in the evaluation of emergency and permanent water supply alternatives and assist with the implementation of optimum alternatives to provide adequate long-term year-round water supply for the town. The wastewater planning committee will generally interface with the DPW, who will act as project manager. Really the most significant change here is the matters related to temporary or emergency services as it relates to water, and really looking at optimum alternatives for the town to provide services year-round. The wastewater component is pretty similar to what is seen in the past. The mandate of the committee is quite broad, and they do act under your authority.
Mr. Prisco?
Greg, in this committee, are we gonna have liaisons, for example, from the CPC being part of this committee?
I think we could do that. I think it's reasonable, because when you look at the formation of the committee, it states that it consists of various elected and appointed boards and committees, and I would suggest that that's a very appropriate alternative.
There was a member of this CPC on
Right.
the committee in the past.
Yep. That's why I just wanted to clarify that they were going to be part of this, an active member, because I think it's gonna be important, because they're already doing a lot of work that's gonna feed into this.
Right, they're driving the study right now, so. Any other questions? Jeffrey?
Excuse me, yes. With the Water Commission in place, would they complement this program, or is the direction to, incorporate the Water Commission into this? I haven't been involved in these.
No,